In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to set up meta ads for your roofing business. And I'm going to go through the exact ad copy that's working. So the persuasive words that are actually on the ad that convince them on your service, as well as the style of image that roofing companies are used to stop that scroll and get people to actually look at the ad, click on it, and then convert on it as well. So if you're interested in that, buckle up, watch the entire video so you don't miss out on anything important. But let's just jump straight into meta ads and teach you exactly how to do this. So once we're in the meta ads dashboard, the very first thing we want to do is go over to create, and we're going to create our campaign objective. Now the campaign objective that you should always pick for a service-based business like roofing is leads. We want to be getting leads. We don't want to be doing sales, engagement, or any of these others. We want people to click on our ad and either fill out the form on our website or fill out the instant form that we create here on Facebook. So now let's go down to continue and go to the next page. So let's quickly break down the structure of a meta ad. So right up here, we start off in the campaign level. This is typically where we set in the budget. That's mainly all it's really for. And then right below it is the ad set. This is for our targeting and conversion location. So picking where the conversion actually happens. So either on the website or through an instant form that we create right here. And then we have the actual ad itself, so where the magic happens. So this is exactly where people see the fancy words on the ads, the scroll stopping image, and if you're doing instant forms, this is also where you create the instant form as well. So let's just jump into the actual campaign level, which is what we're already on. And we're going to start in with our budget. Now, what I personally recommend for anyone starting off with Facebook ads is start around $50 to $100 per day. Now, this is in Australian dollars. If you're from the United States, it's around $35 to $70. And if you're from the UK, it's around 25 to 50 pounds. So for me, I'm just going to type in 100. And now we're going to tap on next, because like I said before, there's nothing else to do in the campaign level. So now we're in the ad set level, as you can see here, and we're going to actually put in our conversion locations. My personal preference is using an actual instant form, just because you can build them out here. It doesn't take them off the Facebook ad platform, and you can just add in a bunch of different questions to qualify them. Now, if you're using a website, you generally need a really high converting website that you probably spend thousands of dollars on. And this just skips all that, so you don't need to worry about all the roadblocks when it comes to a website and trying to get it high converting. So I've just kept it on instant forms. Now, performance goal, I personally like to keep this on maximize number of leads rather than maximize number of conversion leads, purely for the fact that the way that I set up my website forms and instant forms is I have multiple qualifying questions to make them qualified leads before they actually get a quote from me. If they're not qualified, they won't answer all the questions and they'll just get out of the form, and I won't waste any time with them. So to avoid paying that premium price for conversion leads, I keep this on maximized number of leads because, like I said before, I make all my leads high intent, so therefore they're already conversion focused when they get the quote. Now I'm going to scroll all the way down to audience, and we're just going to put in our targeting location. Hey roofers, if you own a roofing company and you can't be bothered learning how to run the ads for yourself, I have my marketing agency linked right in the description where I can actually run the ads for you. We know the industry from front to back. We know everything that's working right now for roofers. So if you're interested in just sitting back, relax, cracking a beer, and letting us do all the work for you, there's a link right in the description. So let's jump straight back into the video. So we want to head over to audience. Once we're in audience, we just want to tap on this little pencil, and then we want to type in our targeted location. So let's just put in one of the areas that we service. This is just so it brings the map directly to us. Also make sure to tap this little bit here, and we're just going to type in Chadstone. So as you can see here, I'm just going to tap on the suburb, and it's just going to take us directly to Chadstone. So what we want to do now is just drop a pin in our service location like this, and we can actually increase and decrease the size. So just say we work around 22 miles in this area, we can just set it in like that. You can also decrease it as well, but I'm just going to get rid of this little Chadstone thing just because it's a little bit annoying to me. But we're not done just yet when it comes to the actual audience targeting. What we want to do now, which will save you thousands of dollars in wasted ad spend, is actually dropping more pins around your targeting location. And you just want to actually exclude all of these areas, just because Facebook sometimes trickles your ad spend into areas that you don't service, and you start getting leads from clients that you can't actually do. So you don't want to waste any time on that, and you especially don't want to waste any money on it either. So my recommendation to you is just making a bunch of exclusion zones like that and just placing it all around your targeting zone. Like with the targeting as well, you can actually make the exclusion zones bigger and smaller as well, just so it's a little bit easier to actually exclude all the areas around it. But once you've excluded all the zones around your targeting area, you just want to scroll down, and you don't want to suggest an audience or anything like this. This is old-fashioned Facebook stuff. After the iOS update, it basically killed audience targeting and everything like that, so I wouldn't really stress with it. My recommendation is to have everything fully broad. I don't even put in age restrictions when I create ads, because Facebook knows the exact type of audience that actually converts for roofing companies. It doesn't need to waste time showing ads to 18-year-olds. It's not going to do that. So now we're in the actual ad level. What we want to do now is go down to the ad setup. I keep this on single image ad or video ad. I find this the best for doing a ridiculous amount of testing, because when it comes to Facebook ads, it all comes down to mass testing and finding what works for your audience and what doesn't work. And the best way to do this is to have a bunch of different static ads and just mashing them all into your ad set. This way, Facebook learns ridiculously fast what works and what doesn't work for your particular business. Now, you can use videos as well. They typically perform a little bit better, but you have to go through so much effort to go through recording it, editing it, adding subtitles and doing all this stuff just for some ad that could potentially flop, when you can just mash out a bunch of images, have them all edited in the same day, and then you've already found a bunch of winners. So I'll just keep on scrolling past now. And we're going to go to Ad Creative. This is where we actually set up the image and the fancy words on the ad that sell people on your service. So tap on it. So here's the ad image that I'm going with right here. We're just going to select it and then tap on continue. Now we want to keep all of these in original. For the actual image size, it's 1080 by 1080. It's a perfect meta ad size. So if you are actually creating the images yourself, keep the size as 1080 by 1080. But as you can see, the image is really nice. It's got all the work crew here to really show off that personal edge. It shows the truck. It's got the phone number on it as well, so people can directly call you from the actual ad. It has the services, so it's speaking directly to people that are needing a new roof or just anything related to that. And then it has multiple different bullet points of different services or call out fees that this actual business has, as well as social proof right there, smack bang in the middle of the ad, right? Where you can see they've actually got a ridiculous amount of Google reviews on their business to really sell that client on that trust factor. Now we're going to go next, and we're not going to fill in the primary text or anything like that right here, just because I don't like filling it out in this section, just because you can't really see it with the ad. So we're going to skip past this for the moment, and we're going to go to image generation. Now, if you see anything here that you like, I recommend just adding it on. It couldn't really hurt that much, but honestly, right here, I don't really like any of these compared to what I already have, especially because mine's actually real. It has the real team in the images, the people that they're actually going to hire. So I don't want to ruin that trust area by having some shitty AI image in there. So we're going to actually skip this for now. Now for the image enhancements, I like to keep on these three. I get rid of text improvements, enhanced CTA, and I get rid of ad animation. I like everything else here because it just makes it a little bit nicer. So we're going to tap on done now. And here we have the bare bones of the ad. What we're going to do is we're actually going to put in the fancy words now, the things that sell people on your service. So here's some ad copy that I've created right here for this roofing company. Now, as you can see, it's just super in your face and scroll stopping off the bat as well, because it actually has pricing right at the start. This instantly makes people stop and actually look at the ad when they see numbers like this, as well as the actual photo. Since it's a work crew as well, it also has that very same effect. Now, if you want, you can go through and just look at all my ad copy here, and you can actually swipe it, put it into your business, but just change it around. But this is the type of ad copy that's working unbelievably well right now for roofing companies. The only thing that I would change with this is I'm just going to do the spacing to look a little bit better, just like that. Now we're going to go down and actually put in the headline. Now for the headline, I usually suggest something pretty simple, which is just call to actions. So you just want to tell them what you want them to do, which is either get a quote, get a new roof, get their leak detected, anything like that. For this particular ad, I'm just going to have it as get your free quote. But I would sometimes change this up with something like get a new roof or anything like that. It's very simple. It's literally just telling them what you want them to do. So I've just put it in like this with a little hand pointing at the actual button so they can get a quote. Now we're going to actually change that button right now to get quote itself. And then we're going to change the description to some more social proof. So something to do with the amount of roofs we'll put on. I would typically put in Google reviews here, but the image already has it, so I'm not going to stress. So right here, I've just put in over 600 plus happy customers. And all we need to do now is actually create out the form that people fill out to get a quote from you. So let's just have a look at the ad real quick before we do it. Just ignore the fact that this is done by my demonstration ad account page. Obviously, this would usually be a roofing company's page instead, but I've just used my account for this demonstration video. But this right here is an absolutely killer ad. But like I said with Facebook ads, it comes down to testing. You should be making a ridiculous amount of different images, ads, and everything like that, and just jamming them all into the one ad campaign and finding out what ones actually work right now. This is the strategy that we have to be using now because of the Meta Ads Andromeda update. So this is what we have to do, is just add in more images into the one campaign. So let's go over to actually creating the form now. I'm just going to teach you exactly how I like to set them up. So I like to keep these on more volume, and I want to keep the sharing settings as open. Now, if you have had previous problems with getting people to actually answer their phone, which you shouldn't if you set it up like how I show you in this video, but if you do, you want to put this on higher intent and require the leads to verify their phone. But for me, I haven't had a problem with that yet, so I'm just going to tap on next. I remove the intro because it's just an absolute waste of time. We're going to go straight to questions and actually qualify these people. Now, what I suggest is adding in around 3 to 4 different qualifying questions for your business. So what you typically ask a lot of the time, we're just going to give bare bones, not specific for roofing companies. But for the first question, you usually ask what type of service that they're interested in. So it might be leak detection, getting a new roof, getting their gutters fixed, or anything like that. And then you can ask them how urgently they need it done and what the best type of contact is for them. So it might be phone number, SMS, text messages. This is just so you know the way that your customer likes to actually have contact with people, because a lot of the time, a lot of clients don't like to answer phone calls. They prefer to do email, or they might prefer to do text message. So this is really good knowledge to know. There's just some example questions for you. You just add them in here. You tab on add question, do it as multiple choice or short answer, just anything that you want. And then you want to be grabbing their email, full name, phone number. And then I also like to grab their street address as well. And then we just want to tap on next. Now we just want to plug in a privacy policy off the bat. If you don't have a privacy policy, I suggest just making one in Google Docs or just plugging in your website here, because it will take your website's link, because your website should typically have your privacy policy on it. But if you don't have a privacy policy and don't do any of it, don't take this as advice, but you can just plug in any single link in here. Like I said, this isn't advice, but it would literally take a link to KFC if you wanted it to. Now we're just going to go over and tap on next, and we want to fill out the end. So right here, I keep the headline the same, and I just change the description to me telling them how long it'll be for them to receive a quote. So you can expect your quote within the next 24 to 48 hours, or if you have instant quotes, you can have it in here like you expect your quote within the next 5 minutes. But once we've written that in here, we just want to put in additional actions, put it on call business, and just make it as call now, so people can actually call you after they've done it if they need you more urgently. Now just tap on create form, and then just tap on publish. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. So if you're that type of business owner who doesn't want to hire a marketing agency and you prefer to learn how to do it for yourself, go join the course and community and say hello.